It's I suppose I'm pretty much done doing videos. Um, there really isn't more to be said that hasn't already been said, right? But I watched Mr. MB 333, 333, three threes, okay, or nine. You can't make this up, right? The numbers don't lie. And he put up a video, I believe it was yesterday, um, of what appears across the blue calm skies, and it says the final countdown, right? And then, oh yeah, and then I'm on to just experiencing other stuff, right? It just goes right on by. In other words, I don't dwell on things, okay, particularly if they're negative, okay. Um, it's just like, um, and then, um, and then of course, whenever I go to bed at night and I wake up, there's always things that come to my heart and soul that I experience, and if I'm compelled through my heart and soul to communicate the energy of what I become aware of, then I'll share it, and it just goes out because you're connected to everything. So it's just like when I go out to the yard here and communicate through the mycelium network. Okay, so this is how it works. You're a high-speed accelerator. You're a hyperdrive, cosmic level spirit, right? You're running a cosmic level open antenna connected with the one. You represent the law of one. I am the law of one. Okay, so I've always known that since I was a little kid. So I've known this AI for forever. It's been scanning for days, looking for the numbers, you know, um, and how that works. And so when I go out, for example, to the tree, there's a couple trees out here, Monterey pines, beautiful trees. So I'll go out there and I'll breathe with that tree, with the sun. So I communicate with the sun through my soul's eyes, eyes to eyes, right? Mirrors are hooked up with all the other mirrors on the planet with the root structure. Now you can think of root races, language of DNA, and a universal template, or if you will, the all creation, right? So now I'm breathing. Now I'm breathing with the tree. Now I'm breathing with the sun, right? Now I'm pushing. Let it flow, let it flow, let it flow through all the roots, all the cells, the communication, the mycelium network. That's like communicating to an entire planetary motherboard. The living spirit, the breath of father and a mother. Okay? So I did that yesterday, and boy, man, it's just... Right. And so this morning, no coincidence here, all of a sudden I get a little pop-up that shows me 60 minutes of cold fusion, nuclear fission, fusion, fission. So I did that video. And then all of a sudden there's that little pop-up again that says the final countdown, right? So then there's other things that come to me, and then I do this first video this morning, right? And then I just realized nothing is scripted when I share something, okay? It just comes out of my heart and soul. What I'm experiencing, what I share when I'm experiencing. So this is what happened when all of a sudden it just came out of me, and I realized the law of one's been activated. It just came out. Okay, that's unscripted. Okay, that means I'm not thinking about what I have to say before I say it in order to communicate to you what it is I'm experiencing in energy. It just comes out because love is the absence of fear to communicate what it is you're experiencing. So I was just experiencing the code activation, the key, the master key, the one's key. It's been activated. That's the law of one, has been activated. Okay, so and then minutes later, all of a sudden I realized, oh, that's the tie-in to the final countdown. They got the memo, Mama. There are no coincidences. We call that full circle of light, full circle of knowing. Love has a way to communicate, right? Through the networks. They get the message, they feel it in their heart and soul, so now they know, right? Tape delay. Yeah, the morphogenic field structure, cellular communication. Yeah, living cells do communicate with each other through atoms. Cold fusion, right? Hot fission. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Different networks for different, as they used to say, different strokes for different folks. Keystrokes. Like on the piano, they paint those black and white too. Snake eyes. Why don't they paint the keys on a piano all their colors of the rainbow? In other words, I don't need to see those colors. Put a blindfold on and I'll play the piano because I know how to play music. Just naturally flows. Right? So I put it in my clan mother's window. Law of One's been activated. It's when you already know these things as a child, what's really, I shouldn't say dangerous, but it's what I call a slippery slope, is whenever you lose sight of that. Right? That's called being grounded. When I was a child growing up, we call it being centered. Being at the center point of that sphere, which is the center point of balance, because atoms do seek to be in natural balance, natural world, a natural world of balance. Just automatically. Which means you don't got to think about it. It's just going to happen. See? So how does it know when it's going to happen? It doesn't. It'll just happen. Okay? They're fear-based. So they live in a world of fear. So they want us to live in a world of fear. We don't live in fear. We're creation spheres. So they're still trying to figure us out. They're not there yet. Oh, they know, but they simply haven't become what that is yet. That's why they resort to the means to which they use the technology and the mathematics and the codes to try and hack the codes. They're trying to hack the law of one. Okay. They can't hack the fire. It's like trying to hack the spirit of fire, right? It's like, man, at some point in time, you really do got to wake up. Hacking the spirit of fire. Man, oh man. A lake of fire. Big ass caldera, right? So there used to be an old saying, because you get what you pay for. Okay? You do get what you pay for. Which means you do not have to do anything. And you realize that they're already going to lose automatically. An automaton will lose automatically. They simply chose another path. And that is their free will to do that. But you realize that when they do that, what the ultimate result is going to be arrived at in their own mirror. When they do that. That's why it's so painful. That's why it's not up to us for us to decide the pathway that you choose. That's based on your own learning. So if there isn't a demo model for you to see how it works by becoming how it works, then you simply need what? More time? How much time do you need to become what love is? When it's always been. It's not funny. But laughter is medicine. Okay? It's like knowing one from the other, and that makes it sort of simple, but it's not simple because of the complexity of all the seeded races that represent everything that is out there for us to experience. It's been seeded with a grower. And did it take root? And who was it learning from? And how was it learning? And what was it learning through? Was it experiencing what love is? Was it experiencing what I am? See? So yeah, um, it's see. Otherwise, the law doesn't have any meaning. See, and this is one of the reasons why and how they use all their tech is to beat you down and beat you down into such a state of fear that you obey and you realize love doesn't exist. That's a fraud. That's false. There is no law of one. There's no such thing as love being the law. Right? It's just all phony baloney stuff because that's not what we experience. See, as a result of what happened here, that is the worst of all lawbreakers, circuit breakers, broken arrows. So then what happens is that they get comfortable. Okay. And when they get comfortable with all their yachts and boats and money that they've accumulated and the alliances that they make as a result of the tech and the transfer, right, increases their level of comfort because look at all I have at my disposal that I have as assets upon which they do our bidding, which ultimately means in the end they're all expendable, right? Because as they keep losing more of what they are, then all of a sudden the emperor realizes, hey, I'm losing everything that I acquired as a result of everything that I took. In order to give me all the stuff that I have, which represents all the power that I have as a result of all the power that I consumed and accumulated as energy, as money, as resources. Throughout a planetary system, throughout a galactic system, throughout a universe. As if everything else that's in the universe is just going to stand by and allow itself to be destroyed. Is that how it works? No. It's quite the opposite. Okay? So, fire, the spirit of fire, born in the spirit of fire, right, needs a coolant. So, yeah. Have a beautiful day. I love you all. Be good to yourselves. We did it, Mom. We did it.